And I find it fascinating that when I say to people, what are you going to do? I was working with a company recently, and they wanted people to be more collaborative. We want a collaborative culture. So I said, well, what are you going to do to be more collaborative to the leadership team? What one thing will you do? And they couldn't think of anything that they would personally do differently. So I said, well, it's going to be very difficult if you can't demonstrate collaboration to encourage a collaborative environment. So here are some traits for innovation which come up time and time again. And they're very interesting because you start to think to yourself, how could I do this myself? Now, if you take something like the beginner's eye, and I don't know if you know that wonderful Zen phrase, in the beginner's eye there are many possibilities, and in the expert's mind there are few. Because in the expert's mind, you're tunneled by your current vision. You can't think outside it, your current perspective. And this is why people new to an organization have a very rough time to begin with. How many of you have come new to an organization recently? Okay, so you're constantly saying, why are you doing it this way? And why don't you do it differently? And the people in the organization hate it, but you've got the beginner's eye. And they're waiting for you to have the expert's eye so you don't ask any questions. And that's losing the innovation then, because those beginner eye questions are usually very good. What people have a lot of difficulty with, not just in innovation, is listening carefully. And I can probably guess that some of you here are thinking, what on earth is she talking about? I'd much rather be going out. I wonder what's on my BlackBerry. And you're not actually actively listening. You've got several tracks of listening going on. And the listening, when you're thinking innovatively, if you actually listen, you can come up with lots of ideas. Massive curiosity. If you've got young people in your house, you know, sort of 3-year-old is the archetype. Why are we doing it this way? Why? That learner question is very, very useful. And there are some very good materials around asking learner questions, even when you're an expert, which can help you. And then there are sort of standard things like taking a different route to work, or trying some food that you've never tried before, just out of curiosity, to develop those types of skills. A useful book around non-linear thinking is, I don't know if probably some of you have come across this, is Drawing with the Right Side of the Brain. And if you're not an artist, it's an incredible challenge to pick that up and work with it. But very, very helpful to think, I only think in one dimension quite often. So as you start to think about innovation and service innovation, think what you would need to do to develop your own skills around this. Because it does take skill building, and you can learn how to do it.